What's up, y'all? Audio check. Are we good? Is the audio good? Cisco, do you want to be a mod for me, bro? I'm gonna give you mod since you're always here on YouTube. So I'm giving you mod, bro. Congrats, since you're always here. To see some weirdos acting weird, you know? All right, good. YouTube, let me know how the audio is as well. What's up, Dylan? What's up, Logan, Adrian, Contriti? What's up, guys? Allah from the Quran is definitely not God. Good morning, Dursan. You missed us for 2 days. Well, welcome back. Welcome back. What's up, Enigma? What's up, everybody? Love seeing the regulars here. Because the God of the Quran is just not logical. It's not logical that he is God. It just doesn't follow. See the Troooff on YouTube. What's up, brother? Welcome. Welcome. Come up, Serge. Stop asking questions in the comments. We're gonna have a conversation. That's the whole point of this. It's not meant for me to go back and forth from the comments. I'll walk you through why he's illogical. Podar says, "True, Jesus is king." That is absolutely correct, my friend. Germ, what's up, Germ? Hopefully you're getting some rest, bro. I know you're probably just getting off of work. I am Eastern Orthodox. That is true. I have 12 people on the live. Yes, I know that, brother. We just started the live. The whole purpose of this live is to have a conversation. Now, if you're saying that the views are not high enough for you to join, just stick around. It'll get to 100 views very, very quick. Oh, look at him go. Now he has to go insult. Oh. Well, brother, look. Now you lost your privileges. Now you're muzzled like a little puppy. And if you actually want to have a conversation, you can request up. If the views are not high enough for you, don't worry, brother. Just stick around. Like, don't think that my views stay at this level, brother. Like, just stick around. People join my live. Trust. Salvation is through faith in Christ alone. I do agree with that. I think the way the original church and the way the church today, i.e. the Protestants, identify what faith is or define what faith is, it's just different. Is God dying logical? If he takes on a human flesh, yes. It's very logical. Very logical. If you'd like to come up and tell me how it's not logical, you're more than welcome. I am in the process of learning that, brother. I know the argument, but I'm not the type of person that will bring an argument just prematurely, right? I test it out, I study it, and then I roll it out little by little, and then I go full on. God bless you too, Silent Hill. Gilberto, what's up, brother? Why would God limit himself to be like us? In order to save us from our sin. That's why. What up, gang? Is that not a good thing? That we have a creator that loves us enough to limit himself in order for us to be saved? know why there's this thought process of like, Neymar, if you guys are wondering, if anybody in the comments is Muslim and wondering why I believe Allah is illogical, just request up. Because if this was a prompt that said Christianity is logical, right, by itself, then you guys would come up no problem, right? But when it comes to defending your faith, it's a different thing. Somebody send Toep a request. Bring me up. I can't request. Somebody. Let me see if I can do it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, somebody invited. Thanks, Adrian. What's up?
Yeah, what's up, man? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, go ahead. So what's the P and not P in Allah? Go ahead.
Yeah, do you believe Allah is all good?
Yeah, I believe God essentially is moral, yeah.
Okay. So, and just to be clear, in order for him to be all good, that means there's no evil within him, correct?
In order for him to be all good, you got to get out there. Repeat yourself.
He cannot have any evil within him, within his nature.
Yeah, sure.
What do you mean, yeah, sure? Do you agree with that or not?
Yeah, I said yeah, so yeah, go ahead.
Okay, good. Now, my question to you is, did Allah create evil?
Yeah.
Okay. So he created evil. That means there's evil within him. You can't say he doesn't have any evil within him.
Is that all?
Hold on, brother. You can't say that he doesn't have any evil within him, but then there's evil within him.
Yes. Yeah, so he created evil. So let me put it as syllogism. You said he created something. It means it was in him. That's your argument, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I never said within. I said he created evil. So your argument is
you never said what?
Anything which God creates.
Say that again. You never said what? Say that again. You never said what?
Yo. Okay. Did God created human flesh?
Yes.
Did God?
Bro, what is this noise? Holy crap.
Flesh?
Yes.
Okay. Does that mean that God had human flesh in him?
No. But that's not my argument.
You okay. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly your argument.
No, it's not. So let me break it.
Change it. Go ahead.
No. I'm not changing it at all. So here, does God will anything? Does God create anything that he doesn't will? You got to lag, bro. This is annoying.
Yeah, bring me up again. Maybe it's gonna fix.
All right, let me
try. Me out and bring me up again.
The lag is just annoying. Holy crap. Okay, let's try now. Can you hear me good now?
Yeah, what about now? Is it good?
I think, no, it's not. You're still lagging.
Okay, I'm just gonna mute. Just make your argument, and then I'm gonna address it. Just go ahead, make your argument.
So Allah cannot create anything he doesn't will. If he wills evil, that means there's evil within him because his will is within his nature.
Yeah, so that presupposes that evil has some sort of ontology, and somehow that's within God. So evil is just a concept. It's not a concrete substance that can be within God. So try again.
How can you create something that doesn't exist?
Yeah, did you even hear what I said?
Yes, I heard you. You made the statement earlier that
ahead,
Allah.
Don't.
You made a statement earlier that Allah created evil. So he created something that has no ontology?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So whether it has ontology or not, he still
Yeah,
he
exactly. I
still
mean,
willed
did
it.
God create Satan? I mean,
Unless, oh my gosh, this lag is too much, bro.
yeah, evil is just a concept. Do you think
Did
evil
Allah
has a real
did Allah will
concrete
it?
ontology?
Whether it has it or not, did Allah will it?
No, you gotta answer the damn question, bro. You can't take that.
Yeah, bro, I can't do this with the lag, bro.
Okay,
Go get a
man.
better connection, bro.
Never mind.
Go get a better connection, man. I want to have the conversation because your position is stupid. You're saying that basically because it has no ontology, therefore he didn't will it. How does that follow? If he willed it, then whether it has ontology or not, then he has evil within his will. Period. I don't understand why that's not computing. What up, Christ Topics? What's up?
What's up, man? So you're saying Allah is evil because he created evil?
He has evil within him. Yeah.
Okay, now evil is a two-part design. Evil could be used as a test and you get blessed at the end, or evil could be used as a punishment for an evil person. So it's not in a law, it's used for a purpose.
Did Allah create it?
Yeah, but it's used for a purpose. It has nothing to do with him.
Regardless of the purpose, he willed it, and that means evil is within his will.
But why did he will? Did he will evil unjustly?
Well, it doesn't matter whether
explanation I gave you.
It doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. What my
That's
argument
not
is.
irrelevant.
It is
You're
irrelevant.
saying
Let me tell you why.
evil.
Let me tell you why. Because if you believe Allah is all good and there's no evil within him, and then you say he created evil, that's a contradiction.
Look, he created evil for punishment of evil people or as a test for those he loves.
Yeah.
And the people he loves that get the evil, they don't care. They just gonna keep praying to him.
That's not my argument. That's not my argument, bro.
But the evil's not in him. It's a punishment.
It has to if he created it.
Test.
If he created it, it has to be. He desired it.
For what though? That's the next step of the question.
Doesn't matter.
Because we've already
Brother, it doesn't matter. I'll even grant it to you that the reason for it is so amazing. Okay, good. The problem is you cannot say that he is all good, no evil within him, and then say that he willed evil.
How does he show his evil then?
Oh my God, dude. All right, bro. See you later, man. You're a robot. Bro, you're not even like you're not even processing. You're not even trying to process what I'm saying to you. Just ignoring it and going back to a point that I said it's irrelevant. It's not what I'm talking about. %100% irrelevant. YouTube, let me know how the guests are sounding, by the way, if it's too low or not. What's up? Oh my gosh, background noise, man. Background noise, bro.
Hello?
Yeah, background noise is crazy. Can you go somewhere quieter or no?
Can you hear me?
All right, bro. Background noise is wild. Too much background noise, bro. Way too much background noise. I lasted longer to Abdullah than I normally. Abdullah is a special, special guy. Let's just put it that way. Alon Dean, unfortunately, brother, I don't have a means of bringing guests up right now and streaming it on TikTok at the same time. So if you want, come on TikTok and then we can have the discussion. I just don't have it where they're merged together right now. That's why there's no link. So if you want to come from YouTube to TikTok, you're welcome to come up. And you can just follow me on TikTok. My link is in my bio, but it's just bear the image just like it is here on YouTube. So, all right, guys, keep tapping the screen. We got people wanting to discuss with Bear on the YouTube. Thank you, Jose. Stuck on one explained point is illogical. Brother, you didn't explain the point. I even granted you a point, even though I don't agree with it. I granted it to you just for the sake of argument, so you can focus on what I'm actually saying. You know. Brother, yo, look at these Dawa guys, man. Like they think they're so relevant. So let me read you what this guy Aladdin said after I was very respectful and said, "Come join me on TikTok." Okay, TikTok. This is what he says. Okay. I don't have TikTok account. Tell me when you can do it on YouTube and I will join you. You know me trying to run away. He put run away all caps from my comments and delete it. Why? Brother, I don't know you. I have no idea who you are. I didn't see your comments. Nobody, I mean, if my mods deleted them, you probably said something crazy. All right. And dude, just if you don't download TikTok and come, you're running away. How about that? How about that? Bro, all these guys, they think they're famous. They actually think like people know them. Because they have a couple of Muslim guys that hype them up. They think they're known around the world. They actually think that. Like that's actually going through their head. It's crazy. Real quick, sorry guys, I'm gonna fix my camera on YouTube real quick. All right, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I mean, like they actually think they're super relevant. You know, I like how this. By the way, Streamyard just added this thing where you guys can see the comments live on my YouTube comments live on the stream. It's overlaid. It's really nice, actually. They just dropped this yesterday. But anyways, bear the image. I didn't disrespect you. I said you delete my comments, and I have screenshot. And you replied to me so many times. I challenge you with respect. I feel cooking with respect. I'm so hungry. Okay, bro. Whatever, man. Oh man, dude, these people are hilarious, bro. I have no idea what comments. Mods, did you guys delete any of his comments or something? What is he so upset about? What did he say? I just want to know what he said that you guys deleted his comments. Oh my god, bro. Oh, you like that background? Nemesis, believe it or not, that the background I made for StreamYard that has the icons, I made it with AI. It came out really good. It looks literally like the actual icons. It's really nice. Whoever requested up, I was trying to get you up, but you ran from me. Yeah, it came out really good, man. It came out really good. For those of you who know what he's talking about here. That was literally made with AI. It came out really good. I am Eastern Orthodox. Eastern Orthodox. All right, we got a guest. What's up?
Hello. Could you tell me why God is illogical in your view?
I'm assuming you're Muslim, right?
Yep.
Okay.
We did this before.
Okay, I don't remember you. Sorry.
All
So
good.
so yeah, you do believe that Allah is all good, right?
Yep.
Is there any evil within Allah and His nature?
No.
Okay. Did He create evil?
Huh?
Did Allah create evil?
No.
So you're saying in your Quran He did not create evil?
He didn't create evil.
Okay. What did He do then with evil? Where did evil come
It
from?
came from Satan. Satan did it himself. God can't like.
Was
Satan
Satan evil from the
God
beginning?
didn't create sin.
Was Satan evil from the beginning?
No.
So God created Satan good?
Satan was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then he became evil.
Yeah, because he disobeyed God. Because
Okay,
he
good.
prostrate to Adam.
No worries. So in chapter 113, verse 2, it says that Allah created evil. And you have to look at it in the Arabic.
Sorry.
It says Allah created evil. Hold on 1 second though, okay? While you pull it up, give me 1 second. See the truth. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. We do have a $20 daily goal, super chat goal. So thank you so much. See the truth says, God bless, keep cooking, brother. Thank you so much, bro. Really appreciate your support, man. Love you, bro.
Which chapter?
Chapter 113, verse 1 and 2.
113, verse
1 and 2. It's really in verse 2, but verse 2 starts off in the middle of a sentence. So verse 1 is where it starts.
Alright. Let's see. Here I have it says, in chapter 113, this is the book. It has been revealed to you from your Lord in truth, but most of mankind do not believe. And let's see chapter.
Bro, are you at chapter 113?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not reading. I don't think you're reading it, bro. Cisco, your name's Blue because you're a moderator, bro. I asked you from the beginning if you could moderate for me. Because you're always here.
Yeah, I have it up here.
Okay, what does it say? Read verse 2.
It says, Allah is the one who raised the heavens without pillars you can see.
Oh my god, dude. Dude, are you serious right now? You don't know how to look up your own freaking...
I literally have it pulled up right here.
Holy crap. What's the name of the surah?
Surah Ra'd.
Alright, hold on. Let me get it, bro. Holy crap, dude. This is insane. Surah Al-Falaq. You must have a different version of the Quran or something.
Surah Al-Falaq. That's... okay.
That's 113, bro. Like, I'm looking at it right now. Verse 1 and 2. Only has 5 verses in it.
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead, read it, bro.
Alright, yeah.
So Allah created evil, right?
Okay, yeah. Okay, so I got that wrong. My bad.
No problem. So if he created evil, then he doesn't have all good within him because he willed evil. And his will is within his nature.
He willed evil.
Mm-hmm. He wanted evil.
Do you know anything about context?
What, context of what? This verse?
Yep.
If you'd like to give me context, that's fine. But is the context going to move away from him creating evil?
No. This surah is about protecting us from evil. That's why it came down.
Yeah, that's fine. I know what the verse is. You guys recite this in prayers. But
Yeah.
no, that's okay. That's not my
It
argument.
says, I have the tafsir here, which is the context. This includes every harmful thing in creation, humans, jinn, natural disasters, etc. Not all creation is evil, but some created things may cause harm, and we seek Allah's protection from them. So yeah, He did create evil.
Right. But and that's fine. I know that's what the prayer is, or what the verse is saying. But that's not my argument. My argument is that if Allah wants or He wills evil, then He doesn't have all. Then He's not all good, because an all good being cannot desire or want evil.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
If Allah is all good, then He cannot want evil. Because if He does, then He's not all good. You follow?
Yeah.
Because His
But
His will is within His nature, right?
He allows evil to exist, but He does not love or approve evil.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about allowing evil to exist. That's fine. That also is not a problem, right? The problem is that He created it. If He created it, then He willed it, and His will is within His nature. So you can't say that Allah is all good with no evil within Him, but then say He has evil within Him.
That's how sin comes.
Yeah, according to Islam, right. But what I'm saying is, if He is the source of evil, then He Himself is not all good. Oh my gosh. Hold on one second, okay? Hold that thought. Bro, thank you so much. LC Flooring Incorporated, thank you so much. You didn't put anything in the comment, okay? You could have put whatever you wanted, man, and I would have shouted you out. But I know why you did it, bro. You helped me hit my daily super chat goal like instantly. So thank you so much, man. Really, really appreciate it, LC Flooring. Appreciate it, bro.
If He allows evil, well, He allows, like, He created evil for a reason. And He's still all good. That doesn't change the fact that He's all good. He created it, so there's, like, it comes from people's choices, not God Himself. He created it, but
Thank you, Desiree. Thank you so much.
The humans do evil. He just allows it to be there.
Right. No, I get that. I'm not even arguing that. That's not a problem. God allowing evil to exist, God using evil to lead towards something good, all of that is fine. That's not my argument. My argument is, if He created evil, then He has evil within Him because He willed it. It's within His will.
No.
Okay, you could say no, but how do you explain that if He created it, it's not within His will? How do you explain that?
He created it, but He doesn't have that. It's not a part of His, like...
Well, He willed it. You cannot, like, a all good being cannot will evil if He is all good. Sorry, dude. One more time. Sorry, my YouTube is going crazy. One second. See the truth. Thank you so much, bro, for the $2 super chat. Thank you guys so much, man. He says, "Let's keep the train going." Thank you guys for already hitting my super chat goal. I would have been happy with just the goal, but we're surpassing it right now. So thank you so much, man. I really appreciate the support. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah, His will is within His nature, brother. So if he wills evil, then that's an issue, because He's not all good. You can't say He's all good, no evil within Him, but then He wills evil, and He's the source of evil. He's the one that creates it.
Yeah, He created it.
So He's the source.
Well, that's like
Evil comes from God.
It's a test, though. It doesn't apply to Him.
Regardless of why He's using it, the source is still coming. He's still the source of it.
Okay, he created it, but He's not the one doing the evil. The humans are.
He created it, so He did evil. He created the evil.
He can't do evil. That goes against his nature. That's
Brother, he can if he wills evil. Yes, he can.
No, he can't. He can't do evil.
Let me ask you something. Does Allah decide whether people do evil things or good things, or is that up to the people?
No, it's up to the people. It's their choice.
That's also not what it says in your belief.
Actually, it does, because it says all humans have free will.
Where does it?
Right here.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me where it says that.
Let me just find it.
Okay, no worries. Find it, my friend. Find it.
Surah Al-Kahf, and they say the truth is from you, Lord, so whoever wills it, let him believe, and whoever wills, let him disbelieve. So that proves that they have free will.
Okay, no worries. Here, 1
Because
second.
if they didn't, then they would be just like the angels. They would all be worshiping God and believing in God.
No worries. Then there's a contradiction. Then your prophet says something contradictory. Yeah, I'll show you. 1 second. I think it's this one.
Just tell me when you find it.
Yeah, I found it. It's Sahih al-Bukhari, 3208. You're Sunni, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
You take hadiths, right?
What?
You take hadiths, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sahih al-Bukhari, which one?
3208 on sunnah.com. Yeah.
I have it right here. Hold on.
You can read it for us if you like. It's a little long, or I'll read it. Just let me know when it's up.
It's on sunnah.com.
Mm-hmm. 1 second, bro, while you pull it up. Tension Man, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. He says, "Have a good day." Thank you so much. Appreciate the support, guys. I'm honored. I had a $20 super chat goal for the day, and you guys already surpassed it. Thank you so much, man. I'm honored. Seriously, thank you guys. Appreciate all the support.
I have it here.
Okay, I'll read it. Okay.
Yeah.
So Allah's messenger, the true and truly inspired, said, "The matter of creation of a human being is put together in the womb of the mother in 40 days. Then he becomes a clot of thick blood for a similar period, and then a piece of flesh for a similar period. Then Allah sends an angel who is ordered to write 4 things. He is ordered to write down his deeds, that's what he does, his livelihood, his date of death, and whether he will be blessed or wretched in religion. Then the soul is breathed into him." So this is written down before the person even exists. "So a man amongst you may do good deeds till there is only a cubit between him and paradise, and then what has been written for him." So he can do good things all throughout his life. But then what has been written for him decides his behavior. Then all of a sudden, what he was written down takes over, and he starts doing evil things characteristic of the people of the hellfire. So even if a man decides to do good things throughout his whole life, what was written for him starts to take over.
Yeah, but so let me explain here. Basically, God already knows what you're gonna do and how you're gonna do it, and it's already written down. But that doesn't mean that, like, it could go one of 2 ways. Like, you, let's say you want money, right? And you pray to God and you say you want money. It could come to you one of 2 ways. You could do it the evil way or the good way, and that it's already written down. But it's your choice. Like, you already made that choice, but.
Brother, that's not my contention. That's not even what's being said here. What's being said here is whatever was written for him was decided before he was even born. Then it
was
says
written
here,
for him, but that doesn't change the fact that he has free will.
brother, if it was, can anybody go against what Allah's will is?
No.
Was it Allah's will to write these things down?
Yes, but they're gonna do it either way.
So, so you're saying because here it's saying that even when a person does good, if it was written down for him to do bad, it's eventually going to take over.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
It literally says here the deeds till only a cubit between him and hellfire. And then what has been written down, that's what Allah wrote down or told the angels to write down, for him decides his behavior. What was written decides his behavior.
Yeah, but because they're already gonna do it, that's their free will.
Oh
Like,
my God, dude. That's not what it
yeah.
says. You're adding that. That's not what it says. It says
No,
whatever
I'm not
Allah
adding
wrote
that, 'cause-
whatever Allah wrote down is what decides his behavior. That's what your prophet says.
Yes, okay, I'm not going against that. I'm just saying that the person is gonna do it, like they're gonna do it, and that's why it's written down. Like they can't stop it because it's their choice. They're gonna make that choice eventually.
That's not what it
sooner or
says. The choice is what Allah wrote down. And whatever he wrote down is what decides, not the person. Notice it doesn't say the human being decided this already. That's why it was written down. That's not what it says. It says what was written decides his behavior, not the person. The human being doesn't decide his behavior. What was written decides his behavior.
No.
Okay.
Yes
You can
and
say
no.
no. That's exactly what it says, like verbatim. Brother, if it was the human that has the free will, then it would say the human decides his behavior. But it doesn't say that. It says what was written decides his behavior. That means what was written down made the decision, not the other way around.
But it's still free will. Like as
Okay.
humans,
All right,
we
bro.
have free will, but it's already.
It's still free will. It's still free will. What was written down is still going to be free will. Like, come on, dude. All right, well, let's go, guys. You guys are going crazy. You guys are going crazy. Humble Lamb, thank you so much for the $5. Sahih Muslim 2658. Allah fixed the amount of adultery a man must commit. Yes, that's another hadith that we can bring up as well. So he actually willed adultery in a man that he must commit. So that's another great hadith. There's like two others that we can bring up that talks about the will. But yeah, great point, Humble Lamb. Thank you so much. I'll probably pull that up here in a second. Sahih Muslim 2658. And then Damien, thank you so much for the $2. I don't know what currency that is, guys, so I apologize. I'm just going to say dollars. But anyways, Allah has bad science and predestination. Sad. Yes, I know. This is why Allah is illogical. This is the topic today. This is why Allah is illogical. But thank you guys so much. I don't know how much I've surpassed my super chat goal, but thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate what you guys have been doing so far. So thank you so much, man. I'm humbled. All right. Let's see what we got. British pounds. Okay. It's pounds. Sorry, guys. I didn't know what that currency was. I'm so sorry. What's up, man? Husna, you're live. Okay, you're not live anymore.
What's up?
What's up?
So, yeah, law is illogical. How do you come to that conclusion?
So, as a Muslim, you do believe that Allah is all good and there's no evil within His nature, right?
Obviously, you know.
Okay. So then my question to you is, did He create evil?
No, he didn't directly create evil. But this isn't about logic, right?
It is about logic, but
Are you going to make a moral argument or?
this is a logical argument.
Okay.
So, according to your Quran, He did create evil.
Yeah. Okay, well.
Chapter 113, verses 1 and 2.
Yeah, can you-
Surah Al-Falaq.
Sorry?
Surah Al-Falaq.
Yeah, what verse?
1 and 2. It's really verse 2, but verse 2 is like it starts in the middle of a sentence.
All right, you want me to?
Do you want me to read it for you?
No, I'll get it. I'll get it up. One
Make
second.
sure. Do you read Arabic?
No, I don't read Arabic.
Okay, it's more clear in the Arabic. The English version tries to water it down.
Yeah, I'm gonna read it real quick. Yeah.
Sure. I'll read it for the audience while we're at it. Say, O prophet, I seek refuge in the Lord of the daybreak, from the evil of whatever He has created. Okay, that's what it says in the English, but in the Arabic it says from the evil of what He created. Okay, so He created the evil. Sorry, my love. Sorry, I'm looking at multiple screens. Sorry.
Okay.
So it says from the evil of what He created. Auntie Paul, by the way, if you are, I don't know if you know this, but when you're away from TikTok, it mutes your mic. So if you're talking right now, nobody heard you.
Yeah, I'm reading the tafsir.
Okay, no worries. No worries. I was just letting you know in case you didn't know. By the way, bro, this is a normal Islamic belief. Islam believes that Allah created evil. Whether you're Athari or Ashari, this is, I don't know what Shias believe, but if you're a Sunni, this is a belief that He created evil. It's Surah Al-Falaq,
Yeah.
113, verse 2.
Yeah. By the way, before I tell you what the tafsir says, we don't believe Allah has directly created evil. No, as Sunnis, no, none of the three theological schools or Aqidah believes that Allah directly created
Then explain
evil.
the verse.
Sorry?
Explain the verse then.
Yeah, so it says in the tafsir, first that the creation of evil has not been attributed to Allah Azza wa Jal, but the creation of creatures has been attributed to Allah and the evil and of evil to the creatures.
What? What does that mean?
So Allah has created us and we do evil.
Okay. Here, let me go to the tabs here. Are you reading Ibn Kathir?
No, I'm reading Ibn Abbas. Are you on Sunnah.com? I'm sorry, I mean Quran.com.
I am, yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, that's Ibn Kathir. I'm reading Ibn Abbas, but I'll read it. If you want, we can read Ibn Kathir as well.
Hold on. Ibn Ani. Shoot, this text here is a little long.
Yeah, and by the way, after we discuss this, right?
Let me see if I can go to Ibn Abbas real quick. Hold on.
Yeah. After we discuss this, you said regardless of what aqidah you follow, in Sunnism we believe that Allah has created evil. So I want you to substantiate that claim and show me the scholars.
I don't really
the Athari aqidah.
Brother, I don't really care. I don't really honestly, bro, I don't really care about that. If you want to feel like,
why did you make the claim?
Because when I looked it up, that's what was told to me. But if I'm Auntie Paul, hold on. Auntie Paul, listen. If you want me to concede to that, if I'm wrong about it, I don't care. You can have it. I don't really care. You're over here just trying to get.
And I'll accept it.
Say what?
Doesn't Allah also create all your actions? So then He would still create evil, even if it's you're doing.
I can't find Ibn Abbas's. But yeah, she brings a good point too, bro.
Yeah, please don't mute me. But bear the image. So you lied previously. When
I
you
didn't.
said,
I
"Oh,
didn't. I didn't
miraculous."
lie. I didn't lie. I already know what I looked up. But if you want to say I'm wrong about that, I don't care. It doesn't matter whether I'm right or wrong on that. I was just
No,
bringing that
it's
up.
not. If I say you're wrong about that, it's literally
Bro,
you just
listen. Bro,
made that
listen.
up.
Listen.
No scholar believes this.
Listen, bro. Listen. If I'm incorrect about that, I don't care. I can be.
Yeah. Okay.
It makes.
Thank you.
It makes
Thank you.
no.
Thank you for
ho-
conceding. Okay.
Listen, bro. Listen. This is not. This is the problem with some of you guys. You guys get so caught up in these little things that you are
Dude,
so
you make a
insecure.
claim without being able to.
Shut the hell up. How about that? See, here's the thing. I'm going to be respectful enough to say if I'm wrong about that, no big deal. But this is an ego thing. You want to have like a victory so bad. You want to feel like you're in control. Like I'm not going to enable this addiction you have of your carnal desires, bro. I already said if I'm wrong about that, I don't care. That's fine. I'll concede to it and I'm okay with it. But you want to take it a step further and say you were wrong and you lied. Get the hell out of here, bro. Sit your ass down. How about that? I'm not gonna feed into this ego trip that you're having over a little conceit. Imagine if I let you concede to every little point that you did, and try to overpower you like that, bro. Shut the hell up. Now you gotta sit there like a little puppy, cause you're not gonna overpower me, bro. Like that's just what's gonna happen. What's up? What the hell's going on with my camera? Hey, Free Palestine, you're on.
Hello?
Bro, you have like crazy background right now. Crazy.
It's raining, it's raining. Is the rain falling on the windscreen?
Oh man, it's loud though, bro. I mean, I get it. You can't control it, but we can try. But
Oh, no, my bad, my bad.
no, it's okay. I mean, it's just hard, bro.
Can you really hear it that bad, lad?
Yeah, it's really loud, bro. It sounds like somebody's drumming on like. How about this, bro? Look, when you come back come back when you're out of it, okay? You're free to come back, okay? Man, that thing was loud. Holy crap! It sounds like somebody was drumming on top of his car. Oh boy. Oh, what happened to that guest? Contriti. You can easily stop the rain, bro. Just stop that, please.
But yeah, I didn't really like his tone.
Yeah, I mean, it's just look at his name.
If you still look at what your belief is, he still, it doesn't really matter, because if your God already writes what you're gonna do and creates all your deeds, and you're saying that you're the one that does the evil, he still created you to do evil. He also created people for hell and all the things. So whether he created the ontology of evil or he created you to do evil, he still created evil.
Yeah, and his actions are people's actions are decided. So we read the hadith earlier, where it is a person's deeds are decided before they even are created, right before the soul is breathed into the person. And then we have somebody who sent the super chat that reminded me of Sahih Muslim 2658, where it says Abu Huraira reported Allah's messenger saying, Allah fixed the very portion of adultery which a man will indulge in. There will be no escape from it. The adultery of the eye is the lustful look, and the adultery of the ears is the listening of the voluptuous. And the adultery of the tongue is licentious speech, and the adultery of the hand is the lustful grip, and the adultery of the feet is to walk. And where, oh my gosh, I mean, it's just on and on it goes. All right, but it literally says you can't escape it. What Allah actually puts down as somebody. Oh, by the way, let me show some love here. If I shouted you out already, I'm sorry, but where are we at? Yes, here we go. Thank you, See the Truth, for the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. $2 a day keeps Satan and Allah away. Yes, absolutely. And thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. $20 super chat goal has been destroyed. You guys overextended. Thank you guys so much for the love. I really, really appreciate it. We already hit our $20 super chat goal. So that's that. Yeah, 1 second. Can you put that in, paste the link so I can, because it's hard for me. I have to go out of StreamYard to do that. Can you just post it on the comments? You All right. Who's next? Somebody in the box or no? Dylan says, "Hey, yo, what is this halal erotica?" Yeah, I mean, I know. If he has fixed certain people for adultery, man, you can't escape it, bro. It's just what you gonna do. You gonna cheat. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But Allah doesn't create evil. He doesn't. He just makes you do it. Yeah, I'll put a little over. Okay, so this is common here. Allah Dean keeps putting in the YouTube comments. He thinks he's doing something with this. 1 second. He keeps bringing up the verse in Isaiah that talks about how God creates evil. It's Isaiah 45 verse 7. But that's not what that means. What it means, he's passing judgment, and it's talking about calamity or destruction. So he's the one that brings destruction, and he's passing down judgment on King Cyrus, I believe it is. So he's not talking about like the origin story of evil. It's not what he's talking about. So yeah, I know the whole chat's been answering him, but I just figured I'll say it exactly. So the Hebrew does not say evil, bro. You gotta understand the Hebrew word for evil is ra, which that is the word that's there, but that's also the Hebrew word for destruction. That's also the Hebrew word for disasters, calamity. It's all the same word. Just like ruach is the word for spirit, but it's also the word for wind. It's also the word for breath that comes out of your mouth. The Hebrew words all have multiple meanings to it. Just like the Arabic language has 100 billion meanings each word. It's the same thing. Like it literally has different meanings. The context is what gives you what is actually being talked about. So, good morning, Slim. Man, it's hard to look at both comments, man. I'm so hyper focused. It's so hard. Ibn Aisha yapping in the comments, but he won't come up. So the Jews do not believe that Yahweh created evil. Thank you for the love, Slim. Appreciate it. Anyways, anybody want to come up? Anyone wanna come up? But see, hey, here's the thing. Notice what they do though too. They want to bring up how Isaiah 45:7 says God creates evil, right? But when it comes to them saying that, this is a tu quoque fallacy. If they're saying that it's a problem for us, then they're admitting it's a problem for them too. So it's indirectly saying that this is an issue. Oh my gosh, man. Hold on. Stephanie Ramirez, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. God bless you, brother, and what you do. I learned a lot from you. Thank you. I'm so humbled. I'm so glad people are getting stuff out of this, and that you guys are learning. So thank you for the 20. The daily goal was $20, and you yourself just hit it. Plus, many other people sent super chats today. So thank you guys so much for all the love and the support. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, them admitting that this is a problem for us is definitely admitting it's a problem for them. So.
Yo, what's up, guys? I just thought I would share some words. But, yeah.
Are you Muslim?
Share my thoughts and opinions on this. Like, very deep topic.
Are you a Muslim?
No.
All right, bro. Take it easy. Take a hike. Take a hike, okay? Yo, Dylan, chill, bro. Chill, man. We trying to grow this thing, man. We trying to make this a thing, you know? Trying to make it a thing. You feel me? He did say he disagreed, though. Yeah, I mean, he's not even a Muslim. If you don't disagree, if you're going to support Islam, just go be a Muslim. Why are you not a Muslim? You need to answer that question, man. Ain't no way, man. Ain't no way. Guys, we're about halfway through today's episode, and we have destroyed the super chat goal of $20. We haven't had that many guests up. I think people don't like this topic anymore because, let's be real, okay? And I love that this is happening. I'm honored. More people now that I brought up this argument of Allah is illogical is being run a lot more now, okay? And people are getting stuck. There's only certain Muslims, and we know who they are, feel like they can answer this question, and they too have folded. They don't think they folded. They think they cooked. But anybody who has any sense of any common sense, any like discernment, can hear their answers that they think are answers and see how nonsensical it is, how ridiculous it is. So even the best of the best have folded to this. Imagine these guys that have most of the Muslims don't even understand what their answers were to this argument. They're just lost. They're just, he cooked. He said some big words. He must be true. He said some big words, but it must be true, but don't understand the implications of the things they're admitting. They don't understand it, bro. But they're just blindly, just like they blindly follow this idea that the Quran is from God. They blindly follow the prophet. Yes, he must have met Gabriel. He blindly follows it. They blindly follow that. No verification if it was actually Gabriel or not. All because of some impressive things that they are impressed by in the Quran. All of a sudden it means it comes from God. So when you follow this belief and you want to keep it going, or if you want to believe in it, you're going to find confirmation bias wherever you can. See, look, like Nini says, I got torn up. That's fine. I expect you to say that. I expect a lot of Muslims to say I got cooked on that. But the point is, honestly, like if you guys think that I was up there to convince those guys that they're wrong, not my goal. My goal was to pull out the absurdities, and I think there was like 700 people in there, so that the 700 people can see how crazy it is. And by the way, that video now is like, I think it hit 10K already on YouTube. So now we have 10,000 people plus 700 from that night have seen how the absurdities. Some will say I got cooked. Those people are lost causes. But others, we gonna plant the shubahat. Crazy shubahat for them. If they at least have some sense. So everybody, W shubahat in the chat. 10,000 views on YouTube, plus there were 700 people live witnessing it. Beautiful. The majority laughed at me, bro. Oh no, oh no. Ibn Aisha says that the majority laughed at me. Oh no. I'm not going to be able to sleep now tonight because the majority were laughing at me. Dude, if y'all think I actually care if the Muslims were laughing at me or not, bro, I can give a damn. I can give a damn. See, the Muslims, what they don't understand is, like, I was trained for this, bro. Like, I literally, for like a year, spent like every day on the phone debating a crazy, deceptive Muslim. Like, literally, like every day. I was trained for this, bro. Like, you guys don't even understand. Like, those three guys that came up, the one that used to debate me every day, he's better than all three of them. Like that was like a walk in the park for me, bro. I did it with like I was literally about to fall asleep and I got called up. If you notice, if you hear when I started talking to Doc, I was like kind of like in like sleepy. I was about to fall asleep and he invited me up. I did that whole conversation laying in bed, about to fall asleep. Not in front of my computer, nothing. Like I did it with like my eyes closed, bro. Like it was nothing. What's up?
What's up, bro? How you going? It's going.
What's up? Are you Muslim?
Yeah, I'm Muslim, yeah.
Okay. Do you believe? Oh, you obviously don't believe Allah is illogical, correct?
No, I don't believe that.
Do you believe Allah is all good?
Of course, he's good, but it's the people who is not good. People
Right,
like
right.
us.
No, I get it. People have evil within them and stuff like that. Okay, so you believe he's all good. Does he have any evil within him?
No, but he created evil.
Okay, that's my point. So if he created evil, you can't say that he has all good within his nature. Because if he created evil, then he willed evil. And that means that means he wanted evil.
No, but because he want to test us, that's why.
Yeah, I get it. I get the reason why you're saying evil exists. It's being used as a test. But if he created it, that means he's the source of evil.
But because in Christianity, it's not the same thing.
No, it's not.
But God created everything.
But evil, we don't believe, is something that's created.
So how does that came up?
Huh?
How did the evil came up?
Evil,
by himself?
evil is just a
By itself?
evil is just a privation of good. So a lack of good. Just like darkness is not a real thing. Darkness is just a lack of light, or cold is a lack of heat. Right? It's just a lack of. So what we would say evil is a privation of good. There's good missing. It's corrupted. But evil is not a real thing.
For you, Jesus, and so because you believe that Jesus is God, right?
Let's get back to Allah though, bro. I answered your questions, so let's get back to it.
I
If Allah created evil, then He is the source of evil. He cannot be all good.
Okay, if you want, I answered all your questions, but now just I have a question. Jesus is all good?
Brother, you didn't answer my questions. You didn't.
Yeah, I said yes.
Oh, you agree that Allah is not all good then?
No, he's good, but he created
What?
evil just to test us. That's why. But his nature is not.
Brother, if he is the source of evil, He cannot be all good.
Yeah, he can because
Oh my
he
God.
created just to test us. That's why.
Yeah, I get what you're saying the reason is, but if He wanted evil, He desired it, He willed it, which means if He created, that's the case, then He cannot be all good being. He can't be an all good being if that's what He wants.
Yes, he can.
Okay, bro. All right, man. Take it easy, bro. I know when we hit the wall, man. I'm not gonna torture the audience. Hey, by the way, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Josh H, for the super chat. Even though I don't fully agree with your comment, but because you gave the $5 super chat, I'm gonna read it anyway. W Calvinism, keep torching Islam in parentheses. All right. I don't agree with Calvinism, but thank you so much for the super chat. I really, really appreciate you supporting, man. I really do. So thank you so much. All right, let's see. Let's see who's next. What's up?
Yeah, hello?
What's up?
What's going on?
Not much, man. How are you?
Good.
Are you
So,
Are you Muslim?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you do believe Allah's. I don't know if you heard my argument already. Have you heard it?
Yeah, just briefly.
Okay, I'll run it back again. So you do believe Allah is all good within His nature, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Cool. So that means He cannot have any evil within His nature, right?
No.
Okay, good. Did He create evil?
Well, God created everything, yeah.
Okay. So if He created evil, that means within His will, He desired or wanted evil, meaning He can't be all good.
No, well, obviously when we were created as a test, right? So when Adam and Eve was created, did He create evil there? Or in like in your theology?
No, we don't believe God created evil.
But do you follow? Like, what about Isaiah 45:7?
Yeah, Isaiah 45:7. It's a judgment passage on King Cyrus, and what he's saying is that the judgment is destruction is going to come about him. The word for evil in Hebrew is ra, but the word ra has multiple meanings. Like, in Arabic, one word can have different meanings depending on the context. So Hebrew is the same way. They're Semitic languages. So the same word for evil is the same word for destruction, same word for calamity, same word for disasters, like natural disasters and so forth. So they don't all, depending on the context, is gonna tell you what it means. The context there, this is not the origin story of evil. He's just passing down judgment. It's hyperbolic language to say that he's bringing judgment on King Cyrus. But no, evil is not something that's created.
And then what about Exodus 32:14? He's like, and the Lord repented of the evil which He thought to do unto His people.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same. It's judgment upon. It's judgment upon Israel.
But if
And by the way, it's not.
Perfect,
And by the
why would
way,
He repent or change His mind?
oh yeah. It's anthropomorphic language. So once again, Exodus 32:14. It's not saying the evil. It's talking about the disaster, destruction. It's the same context of Isaiah 45:7. But when it comes to him changing his mind, if you read a little bit before, Moses intercedes for Israel. And that's the reason why they don't face destruction. It's anthropomorphic language. It doesn't mean that God actually changed his decision. What it means is because Moses interceded, from the human's point of view, God changed his path because they are now in line with his will. So it's the disposition of the human that makes it look like God is changing his mind, but it's really the human that's changing, not God. Now, back to evil. If Allah is the source of evil and He created it, my question to you is, how is He all good if He desires evil within Him?
Well, it just because humans have free will, right? When He created humans, He created us with free will.
Say what?
When God created humans, He created humans with free will.
Okay.
So we're obviously, we can choose to do evil or do good. So if He didn't create evil, then there wouldn't be sin in this world, right? There wouldn't be a way to tell who would go astray, essentially.
Yeah, but bro, creating humans with free will, and then humans going and doing evil, that's not creating evil. That's not what it says. According to Islam, the humans are actually decided by Allah as to what they're going to do. So Allah Himself is the one that is the source of evil. So anybody who has done evil in the world, it's because Allah has wrote it down for them.
Well, no, you don't really get that. So pretty much, we still have that free will to go the other way as well.
Yeah, no, that's not what it says in your hadiths.
Which hadith are you talking about exactly? Can you tell me?
Yeah, go to Sahih al-Bukhari 3208.
Okay, 1 second, let me just...
And when you're there, let me know. I'll start reading it.
Yeah, 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. It says, Allah's messenger, the true and truly inspired, said, the matter of creation of a human being is put together in the womb of the mother in 40 days, and then he becomes a clot of thick blood for a similar period. Then a piece of flesh for a similar period. Then Allah sends an angel who is ordered to write 4 things. He is ordered to write down his deeds, his livelihood, his date of death, and whether he will be blessed or wretched in religion. Then the soul is breathed into him. So this is written down beforehand. Now, I know the answer is going to be, oh, he's writing down what he already sees is going to happen. Let's see if that fits with what it says. Because if this is free will, that means the human decides his behavior, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if the hadith goes in line with that. So a man amongst you may do good deeds till there is only a cubit between him and paradise. And then what has been written down for him decides his behavior. And he starts doing evil deeds, characteristics of the people of the hellfire. So what he's saying is that if it was written down that this person is going to do evil, even if the person does good things throughout his life, he will eventually, what was written down for him, will decide his behavior and he'll start doing evil.
No, but then that will go against free will, right?
Exactly. That's my point.
No, but we have, like, humans have free will. Like, you can change your life. For
I know,
example, if you're going down one path-
brother, I know you're saying that. I get what you're saying, but your hadith is not saying that.
No, I know, but you're misreading or misunderstanding the hadith, right? Like,
Okay. So
to
if you
break
have,
down hadith,
so real quick, just so we can understand, and then you can explain further. Okay, I'll let you expound on it.
Yeah.
If it was a human free will, that means the human decides his behavior, correct?
yes, correct.
Okay. In the hadith, it says, and then what has been written for him decides his behavior. So what decides his behavior according to this hadith? Is it a human or what was written?
The human.
That's not what it says. It says what was written for him decides his behavior. So in this hadith, these are the words of your prophet.
Yeah, no, I'll give you an example. Let's just say
hold on.
no, I know, but let's just say
hold on, brother. I'll let you expound.
Okay.
I'll let you
Sure.
explain it. I just need to know that we're having a honest conversation. Okay. But you can explain it. According to the hadith that I'm reading here, what decides his behavior? Is it what's written for him or what the human decides?
I'm saying the human. It's what the human decides.
I know that's what you're saying, but what does the hadith say?
It doesn't say that, though.
Oh my God, dude.
Okay. Can you just show me exactly where it says that? Like, what you're saying?
Yeah. I'll show it to you. Hold on, let me put it on the screen for you too, real quick. So you can see this. All right here. You see it?
Hold on, let me see.
So here it says, and then what has been written for him decides his behavior. So does it say the human decides his behavior or what was written decides his behavior?
Yes, it's what's written for him.
Thank you. Okay. So it doesn't say the human does. It says what was written does. Now, go ahead and explain how this doesn't mean that. Go ahead.
Well, that's just, first of all, it's in English, right? Just like you say, just like how the,
bro,
no,
come on,
saying,
man.
You know how the evil,
You're saying this is a bad translation? This is a bad
no,
translation?
No,
come
you're
on,
saying
man.
how an evil in Hebrew means so many different things. Same thing, though, right? Just in English.
Okay, bro. So you're saying this translation is not good. Okay, what does it mean? Go ahead.
No, I'm not saying what it... Okay, all I'm trying to say is, like, let's say something's written for you in life. For example, let's just say you're written to have $1 million in this lifetime. It's written for you. You're going to be a millionaire. And then there's 2 ways to obtain it. You can obtain it from doing, I don't know, for example, selling drugs or just working honestly. But at the end of the day, it's written for you. So we have that free will to make that...
Sorry, I didn't mean to mute you. Thank you, Copa. Shout out to Copa. You
W. Copa.
You can't say that or else, like, we can get flagged. Like, you said something that's a hard flag.
Oh, my bad. I didn't even catch what he said.
He said, smelling schmugs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you gotta watch the TikTok language, Central. But you can unmute, bro. You're muted right now. You can unmute.
Yeah, well, yeah, my bad.
No, it's okay. Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, so that's essentially what, I guess, the free will, you have to do, right? So
That's
you
not
can
that's
do it
not what
that way
the
or that way. So
that's not what the
otherwise,
I know that's what you're saying, but that's not what the hadith says. You're just why should we
it's
take
just
your
a
interpretation of it?
mistranslation, right? So you won't get it exactly like to the T, the translation. It'll be mistranslated to
Well,
an
okay,
extent.
so
Just
in
like
the
how you said evil
in the
means
air,
a certain thing when in
yeah,
English it says
that's
that.
not the case for here, bro. Where what word is being misinterpreted here?
In Isaiah,
No, I'm talking
when
about
it
in the
says
hadith. In the
it says,
hadith,
I form the light and create darkness, I make
Central.
peace and create evil.
We're not talking about
I, the Lord,
Isaiah.
do all these things.
Central. We're not talking
Yeah.
about Isaiah. We're talking about the hadith. What
I
word
know
is
that.
being
I'm just saying,
misinterpreted?
like, the mistranslation.
I understand you're saying it's a mistranslation. What word in this hadith is being mistranslated?
The one where it says him, that part you just showed me where it says
Okay, good.
between-
What is the word in Arabic, and explain how it's mistranslated?
well, I gotta read it in Arabic, bro, to be honest.
Then bro, you just made that up. You just took
No, I didn't.
an explanation of mine that I know about of the Hebrew, and you tried to apply it to this, but you don't really know. You're just trying to escape out of it, bro. Man,
No, I'm not trying to escape out of
go,
this.
go sit down. Go sit down, bro. That's a timeout, bro. Whenever y'all start coming up here and start making up stuff, bro, that's an immediate timeout, bro. Go sit down.
This is why, like, I hate when they come up here and they're like, "What about you? I know you are, but what am I? What about Christianity? What does God do with evil over there?" Like, because they can't answer the question and they just want to hear an answer that they can take and manipulate.
Yeah, I know, and it frustrates me too. But sometimes I let it happen only because I want to show them I can answer the question, so that now when they duck it, they can't. It's like, look, I answered your questions, now you got to answer mine. So it's just to hold them accountable. What's up?
Yo,
What's up?
Salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Is Allah all good?
Hello?
Yeah. Is there a lag or something? I don't know. Can you hear me, bro? All right, I'm gonna drop you, brother. I'm gonna drop you. You have bad service. You're not hearing me. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, man. I have no clue. Yeah, I mean, what's crazy is he says, okay, the hadith is a mistranslation. What was mistranslated? Well, the part that you read. Okay, how is it a mistranslated? Explain. Well, I don't read the Arabic. So what the hell? What the hell? You just throwing stuff. What's up? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, man, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yep.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, I was just gonna say, let's continue that discussion, but can you make your argument using the Quran alone, or you have to go use the Hadith?
Well,
I mean, 'cause I
your
believe
Quran,
that-
your Quran only.
I believe that argument from a Quran perspective too.
Well, do you believe Allah created evil?
I mean, like, not evil. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, he's the creation. He is the source of all creation. Yes.
Right. So if you believe he created evil, do you believe he's all good?
He's all good. Yeah.
Okay. So there's no evil within his nature, correct?
No evil within his nature. Yes.
Okay. So if that's the case, that's a contradiction because he can't be all good and then create evil. Because that means if he created evil, it was within his will or he wanted evil. So therefore, within his nature, there was evil.
Isn't that a very atheist argument, though?
Yeah, it is actually. I stole it from atheists. It's fun.
No, but I'm just saying, like, all religions will kind of be guilty of that as well.
No, not Christianity, no. It's actually when atheists try to bring this argument, this is where I actually got it from. When atheists actually bring this argument to Christianity, it's actually a misunderstanding of our religion. And most
But it's
Christians don't
such
know
a
how to.
silly argument, though.
No, it's not.
Because-
Not for
because
you guys.
atheists-
It's silly.
atheists
It's
use
silly
it.
for Christians. It's silly to bring it against Christians, not silly for Islam, because you guys do believe that he created evil. So that means he is the source of evil.
So who created? So in your theology, who created the devil?
Well, God created the devil, but the devil was an evil
I'm
from
saying,
start.
too.
Yeah, but he didn't create the devil evil.
so I mean, like Jesus, like not Jesus. Sorry. Iblis was. There is a bit of a debate inside Islam that I've seen. I'm still learning a little bit, but what the nature of Iblis was? Was he a jinn? Was he an angel? Was he an angel that turned to jinn?
Yeah, that's irrelevant though. That's irrelevant
But
though.
yeah, you're right. It is. But I was gonna say that he was a high-ranking angel at one point, but so we say that people generally say, "Oh, the devil deceives us." Who deceived the devil? Well, his own ego. So the first commandment of the Quran is kill your ego, right? But anyway, he thought that he was better and he could be a god as well, basically, right?
Yeah,
So
Rango, I understand. Rango, I understand the story, but the stories are relevant. Okay, if you want to say that Satan was created good, and then he turned, and that's why he became evil, I'm totally okay with that. That's not even my argument. I'm not even saying that's illogical. What I'm saying is illogical is saying that Allah is the source of evil, and then He is all good at the same time. That's illogical.
Okay, so when you say source of evil, so you're saying that
He created evil.
no, but okay, so show me the verse where it says that confirms what you're saying, which is basically making.
Are you backtracking? Oh yeah, are you backpedaling now? Are you saying He didn't create evil?
No, I'm saying that like when you say God created everything, right? Like come on, man, understand what I'm saying, right? He created everything, and inside that everything, a lot of other things came, some good, some bad. What is the confusion, though?
Okay, the confusion is you said He created evil, but now it sounds like you're trying to backpedal. You see the issue and you're trying to change it.
I'm saying that He created Satan, which you believe as well, that created the evil, which we all agree.
Right. Rango, I'm not following you anymore because it sounds like you're shifting now. So I just need to I need to be clear on what your position is. Did Allah create evil? Yes or no?
Okay, when you asked me that the first time, I was thinking when you say evil, you're talking about Satan, who's the evil, right?
Oh my God, dude! Why would you think I'm only talking about Satan if I said evil?
Okay, fine. When you say evil, no, he's not. He didn't create evil. No, but yeah. So this is what I mean.
So where did evil come from?
Evil came from people's egos, greed. Are you talking about like on Earth or just in general? Like just in the beginning?
Where does evil come from? Is it created?
It comes from people's or creation's ego thinking that they can be equal to God as well.
Okay, so in the Quran, there's two verses. Let's go to let's go to here. Let's go to chapter 37, verse 94.
Hold on.
Actually, I think it might be 96. 1 second.
Sorry, you said 3794?
It might be 96. 1 second. Yeah, 96. But read 95 because it starts 96 starts in the middle of that sentence. So 95 and 96.
So 3796, right?
3795 to 96.
All right.
Read it out loud for the audience if you don't mind.
3795. He said, "Who can you worship?" I'm sorry. He said, "How can you worship what you carve?" 96. When God has created you and everything you make.
Okay. So who created what they make? Their actions.
When God has created you and everything you make. When God has created you and everything you make. God.
Okay. And now what he's referring to, everything you make, is that an evil thing? In context?
Is it evil in context?
Yeah, what they're making is idols, bro. They're carving out idols and they're worshiping it. Is that evil?
Okay, hold on. Let me just read it quickly one more time. He said, "How can you worship what you carve?" He said, Man, like I've got to read this. I gotta get the So this is of Abraham. Among his followers, and Abraham, he came to his Lord, and Allah, until he said to his father, "What do you worship?" And his family came to God and said, "God, what you want? What do you think?" He looked at carefully the stars, then he gave up and said, "I am tired of this." They turned away from this. He turned to the idols. "Would you like to eat? Why do you not speak?" He then destroyed them, and they went to him in a great rage. He said, "How can you worship?" So this is a quote, right? Abraham said, "How can you worship what you carve?" Yeah. And when God has created you and everything you make, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But
Now he's
do you know the story of Abraham, though?
I do, but but regardless, it's referring to idols, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when it
And
comes
Abraham is
idols,
exposing their idol worship, yeah.
okay, good. So idol worship is evil, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it says Allah created that. He is responsible for their evil.
Wow. That's crazy how you got that.
You can say that. Now I know you're Quran only, but even the scholars like Ibn Kathir would agree with that.
How can Abraham is clearly making a mockery of the idol worshippers.
That's fine.
And he's making an argument. His argument is
I'm okay with the argument, bro. That's fine. I'll agree with you in all of that. That's fine. That's irrelevant though. What is his state? Is this? Why is it dishonest? Is it true? Is it so? You're saying Abraham lied? He didn't. That Allah didn't create whatever they do.
Why would you worship
Rango? Are you saying these words are not true?
I'm saying that I have no idea you connected those dots.
Okay, so let me help you.
Is not saying
let me help you. Let me help you. Since you are lost and you're trying to make a claim that I'm being dishonest, you're the one that's being dishonest for saying I'm dishonest and you don't even understand what's going on. So let me help you. When it says Allah created you and whatever you make, or in other translations like Ibn Kathir would say, it could be whatever you do. Your actions is what Allah creates. Now, when either way, hold on. Either way, it still proves my point. If you want to take whatever you make, what is being referenced here is the making of idols, which is evil. So Abraham is saying that Allah is the reason why you make those. Right?
So, no, that's a misread.
Okay, then what does it mean then?
It basically 3796, when God has created you and everything you make. Now understand Abraham's argument. He's saying that you have made statues and you're worshiping those statues. Those statues you made, you carved. And it goes, everything, even including you and everything you make, those statues, he's made everything. He's making an argument. You've gone and taken that and gone, oh no, that means that he's made evil. Like I just don't.
Brother, what's being referenced here is not the materials that are being carved out. It's what's being referenced is their actions. And by the way, Islamic scholars agree with me that that's what that means.
You know whose translation I just read? This guy shits all over Ibn Kathir or whatever his name is. You know, he's a hadith guy. He realizes translations 100% on hadith and sunnah.
Yeah. What makes his? How do you know? Other than him agreeing with you, how do you know his translations are the best?
Rashad Khalifa.
Other than I don't care. I just want to know the answer to this question. Other than him agreeing with your worldview, or other than his translation agreeing with your worldview, what makes his translation better than the others?
Because Ibn Kathir, or whatever you could say his name, him and all the hadith and sunnah that he's had to translate the Quran, there's so many verses that no one has really understood, and Rashid Khalifa shed a lot of light on that.
Brother.
Like 74-30.
Oh my God.
I can go.
Rango, you're not understanding. Rango, you're not understanding my question. I understand that he has. I'm going to go ahead and just reiterate this for you. I understand that you believe this guy has interpretations that are correct. Okay? No worries. I'll grant it to you. My question goes a layer underneath that. Why do you believe his interpretations are correct? Other than him agreeing with you, what makes his interpretations correct?
Well, there's another guy that I follow who's Edip Yüksel, and he's a guy that basically he doesn't agree with all of Rashad Khalifa's translations. He's translated his own Quran, but he also says that Rashad Khalifa, he did it to a lot of translators. They try and translate word for word, but this is 7th century Arabic. It's not like you just convert it to English. It's like you got to know what's the context. You gotta translate what it means as well, not just word for word.
Right.
Knucklehead
Brother,
can do that online,
hey,
right?
look here. I got Sunnis who follow the hadiths and follow Ibn Kathir, right? They believe these interpretations are correct. You are saying, no, I don't even take hadiths. I do Quran only. And this guy's translations and interpretations are correct. Why should I choose yours over theirs? Why is your belief of interpretation and translations more correct than the Sunnis?
It's easy, bro. Very easy. So you believe that when you read the hadith, Aisha was married at 6 and 9. Do you believe that's accurate?
It's irrelevant of what I believe. I need an epistemic justification for the people you're appealing to.
Well, I'm trying to say that they'll say that's accurate, right? In that same source, they'll say that Muhammad also split the moon with his 2 fingers. And there's a lot of nonsense in there, right? And also on top of that, the hadith came 250, 300 years after the Prophet's death. The lateness is crazy. So anyone that takes the hadith seriously as a guidance or even as criticism, just know what you're doing.
Rango,
just know what you're doing.
you still didn't answer my question. All you're doing is give me reasons why you don't believe the hadiths. I'm asking you, why is this Rashad Khalifa? Why is his interpretation and translation more correct than the Sunnis?
I was trying to build my point. Okay, my point is when you go and translate the Quran, but you also believe that the Hadith and Sunnah actually explains every verse in the Quran. If you go to the translation as a translator and you do that, then you're just kind of like you're 100% influenced by the Hadith and Sunnah. You're not actually doing justice of the Quran.
Rango, once again, all your Rango, please stop. You're not answering my call. I'm going to give you one more chance. That's fine. You gave me all the reasons why you don't believe Sunni Islam and the following of the hadiths. Fine, I'll grant it to you. Good reasons. Now I want to know, why do you believe Rashad Khalifa's interpretation and translations are more correct or are the correct interpretation? What are the reasons?
Okay, I'll give you one reason. For 1400 years, no one knew what 7430 meant. Rashad Khalifa came and he discovered the 19 mathematical miracle of the Quran. That's it.
What? Say, repeat it once again. Sorry, I was distracted.
For 1400 years, no one knew what 7430 meant. Surah 7430. For 1400 years, no one knew what that meant. Rashad Khalifa came along and not only does he tell you what it means, but he also discovered the 19 mathematical miracle of the Quran that purifies the Quran from all the previous corruptions and confirms that the Hafs Quran is the correct Quran. Out of all the different Hafs, if you ask a Sunni Muslim, there's Hafs, there's Hafs, there's Warsh, there's all these different Qurans. How do they tell which is the correct Quran, which is the not correct one? You know what I mean? They don't have a system, but there is. And Rashad Khalifa discovered that. No thanks to the Hadith and Sunnah.
Okay.
And no
so you're saying,
Ibn Tafir,
okay, Rango, okay, before you go on a tangent. So you're saying that because he discovered something like a mathematical thing, that gives him authority to interpret the whole thing?
Yeah, 100%, because it confirms his messengership.
Okay. So all you need is just one thing to be correct, and then you're going to blindly follow what he is saying.
Do you also know what else he did? Like I can list. We can talk about Rashad Khalifa. I love talking about
Well,
it.
I mean, what the thing is,
we don't have to.
the thing is, Sunnis can do the same thing. They can say, well, this person got this right and that right, and they found this miracle and that miracle, and they can make the same case for their scholars. So once again, you're still not actually giving me the symmetry breaker as to why these people like Rashad Khalifa has authority to interpret this correctly. Hold on. You're still not answering why this person has a
I'm giving you one point at a time.
Rango, please be quiet. You're not even letting me finish my question, and you're not like this is the fact that you're still up here is I'm being gracious because you've not answered the question multiple times in a row. So maybe part of the reason is that you're having trouble listening because you're yapping when I'm asking the question. You still haven't given me the symmetry breaker as to why Rashad Khalifa is an authority over what the Sunnis claim as far as the proper interpretation of the Quran.
Well, if someone, that's what I'm trying to give you. I gave you one reason. If for 1400 years they didn't know what the initial letters, the Alif Lam Mim. There's all these random letters that are in the Quran. No one knew what they meant for 1400 years. No one knew what 7430 was for 1400 years. No one knew the age of responsibility. And it was in the Quran the whole time. You ask a Hadith and Sunnah person, what's the age of responsibility? They have no clue. Now, these are the same people that you are debating with about the Quran and about Hadith and Sunnah. And you can do that. That's your bread and butter. I get it. But I'm just saying that, like, there's a massive difference between them and us. That's all I'm saying. And Rashad Khalifa, his translations, he's brought the definition of 7430. He's also brought the age of responsibility. He's also there was 2 verses in the Quran that have been suspect for 1400 years that glorifies Muhammad to be a little bit more than just a human being, which is like most merciful or merciful, which is an attribute of God. But it was given to Muhammad. This is shirk, or the attributes belong to God alone. But anyway, these 2 verses were suspect. And one thing he came and he made a very compelling case as to why these 2 verses are corrupted. And
you gotta wrap this up, bro. This is a long tangent. Yeah, once again, bro, this is...
There's so many reasons.
Yeah. Bro, all I'm hearing is, I agree with this guy's interpretation, therefore he's an authority. That's all it is. You don't really have any epistemic reasons, whereas at least the Sunnis
You just
actually...
don't want to listen to them, bro.
Well, at least the Sunnis have something like they can say, well, we have a chain of narration that goes back to the Sahaba who heard the Prophet say this, right? Whether you believe... Well, I don't say I necessarily do, but at least they
don't believe it.
But at least if it is true, but if it is
miracle can be
okay.
verified
All right,
by anyone that can count.
Rango, we're done for the day because you don't know how to control your mouth. So yeah, I let you speak for on and on, but then when I start speaking, you jump in. Sorry, you can just sit down. But at least the Sunnis, even though I don't believe in Sunni Islam, at least they have some sort of, they try to make an epistemic justification for the interpretation, meaning that they have scholars that have been given authority or at least have a chain of narration that goes back to someone from the Sahaba who heard the Prophet say something. Or maybe they heard Aisha say something about or comment on something. So at least they have that. Whether that is true or not, I don't necessarily believe that's true. But at least it makes more sense than you saying, well, this Rashad Khalifa guy interpreted the way I like it, therefore he's an authority. That's a little wild. So it is what it is. All right. What's up? Steven, I think it is. What's up?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, okay. When you go away from TikTok, you mute your mic, just so you know.
Alright, my bad. Yeah, what's the argument for that? You said Allah's illogical.
Yeah, are you Muslim?
Yeah, I'm Muslim.
Okay. All right, so number one, you do believe as a Muslim that Allah is all good, correct?
He's what?
All good?
Yeah.
Meaning,
Sure.
meaning there's no evil within him or his nature, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did he create evil?
No.
Okay. Why do you believe he didn't create it? Are you Sunni, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you believe he didn't create evil? For example, you could read chapter 37, verse 95 and 96, and that will tell you that he created evil.
Okay. Can you read it?
Sure. It says, he argued, how can you, and this is Abraham talking, but this is Allah talking about Abraham. He argued, how can you worship what you carve with your hands when it is Allah who created you and whatever you do?
Okay.
So what he's talking about is the carving of idols, right? Which is evil. Would you agree?
Yeah. Sure.
And the action that's being referred to here is the carving out of idols, which is evil,
Wait,
correct?
Can you give me the verse again, real quick?
Chapter 37, 95 and 96.
Can you give me 2 seconds to take a look at it?
Yeah, go ahead.
And you said Surah 35, chapter 35, verses
No.
90.
37, 95, 96. Thank you once again, everybody who supported today with the Super Chat goal. Appreciate that. Let me see. Super Chat goal, daily goal today was 20. And 25, 24, 39, 31, 33, 53.
So the
$58
Arabic
total
doesn't
today.
say that.
Sorry, go ahead.
The Arabic doesn't say that.
The Arabic.
It says whatever you make.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. So according to Ibn Kathir, in the Arabic, it can mean whatever you do or whatever you make. Okay? Now, Ibn Kathir says that the better translation is whatever you do. But even if I go with you and say whatever you make, it still proves my point. Because what they made was evil, right?
Well, the thing is, when he says make, it could be simply like the materials, basically like, you know.
No, that's not what it's. It's talking about the action. It's talking about the action.
No, it says whatever you make. So whatever you make is simply, it just simply means that the materials that God created everything and the materials that they use.
The context of the verse, it's referencing an action they were doing. And Ibn Kathir agrees with that. He says that whatever you do, which is referencing the action, and whatever you make, you can go either translation. Even though Ibn Kathir...
Ibn Kathir isn't infallible. You don't take him as someone
okay, good. Then tell me somebody who disagrees with Ibn Kathir. That is an authority, other than yourself.
Right, so again...
Because Ibn Kathir, by the way, Ibn Kathir, he not only says the better translation is whatever you do, or interpretation is whatever you do, he backs it up with a hadith. And I can give you the hadith, which will tell you explicitly that Allah dictates what you do.
Yeah, so again, Ibn Kathir isn't infallible. But let me take a look at the tafsir real quick.
Bro.
Are you talking about the tafsir
Stephen. Yeah. So Stephen, you can say he's infallible, but he has more authority than you. And not only did he give an interpretation, he backed it up with a hadith from words of your prophet that back up that Allah creates your actions. He creates it.
Well, let me take a look at the tafsir. Well, and I just want to point this out. Like again, he isn't infallible on what he says.
No worries, but no worry. But you're understanding, Stephen. You can say that, but then you're saying that your interpretation is better than Ibn Kathir. You're not infallible either. And if we're going to compare the two, you or Ibn Kathir, who has more authority than you? Than the two of you? I mean.
Well, of course, I'd say Ibn Kathir. But
Good.
It doesn't mean that
So if you're gonna hold on, stop. So if you're going to say that he is wrong on his interpretation, you can't just say I believe he's wrong, and here's my.
I'm gonna get you your sources. It's gotta give me a minute to take a look at the tafsir.
Okay, go ahead and look at the tafsir, and like I said, he backs it up with a hadith.
All right, give me a second.
Yeah, and I can't be here all day either, bro. You need to either figure it out or come back later. So if I'll give you a minute.
Well, you know what? Let me take a look at it, and then I'll come back, and then you can talk to somebody else, and I'll come back. I don't
All
want.
right, see you later, bro. What's up?
Yeah, what's up, bro?
What's up?
So, yeah, let's get back to what you were saying about evil.
Yeah. So, you believe Allah created evil. You said that earlier, didn't you?
No, I didn't say Allah created evil.
Okay. Then explain chapter 37, verse 95 and 96.
Was it the one that you pulled up earlier, or?
The one that I just talked about with the previous guest.
About Abraham?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, which part are you talking about?
Okay. So I'll read it. Verse 95, it says, He argued, how can you worship what you carve with your own hands, when it is Allah who created you and whatever you do? Or it can mean whatever you make. One of the two.
Yeah, so they're talking about what they make, like what they use to make it.
No, that's not what Ibn Kathir says. Ibn Kathir is he makes it a point that it's about their actions. Because he says the better, in Arabic, it can mean whatever you do or whatever you make. But he says the better one is whatever you do. And then he references a hadith where he references, and the hadith is talking about how Allah dictates what you do, even the evil.
Okay, so can we go to talk about where evil comes from? Because
Yeah.
that's essentially what
Well,
you're
apparently right
asking.
here it's saying that the evil they do comes from Allah.
No, it comes from free will.
No, it doesn't.
It comes from free will of humans, jinn, all is Satan.
Incorrect.
Right?
Incorrect. Even Ibn Kathir points to a hadith that says otherwise. That if you are written to do evil, even if you do good things in your life, what is written decides your behavior for you.
Yeah, but even if for example, if you're reading Quran 479, so whatever good happens to you is from Allah, but whatever evil befalls you is from yourself.
Yeah.
So it is from us.
Yeah, it is from us, but who wrote down what we will do?
God wrote, the pen.
Exactly. And that is written, and according to the hadith, whatever's written, even if a person does good, whatever was written will eventually decide his behavior.
No, I understand what you're saying. All I'm trying to tell you is when Allah created us, He didn't create evil as well. He created us with free will, and evil came from it, right? So
Yeah. I know it appears because the humans are doing the evil that the humans are the ones doing it, and it comes from the human. But according to your theology, the actions of the human comes from Allah.
yeah.
Right?
Yes, but I'm trying to tell you something that
So then
evil
Allah is the
itself
source of
wasn't
that.
created from Allah, right? The evil was created
Then
from humans.
how do you explain him creating our actions that are evil?
But it's the same thing when He created Adam and Eve, right?
What do you mean? I don't know. In Islam? Well, I don't know. What are you talking about?
No, just in general, like, okay, look.
We have different stories, bro. We have different theologies. So let's stick to your theology.
Yeah, we don't have different. It's the same.
No, we don't. We have completely different stories. So stick to whatever you believe of Adam and Eve. What about Adam and Eve?
Okay, so here, for example, so Genesis 2:3, God creates the tree of knowledge. He knew Adam and Eve would fall.
Brother, is Genesis the Torah?
Yeah, Genesis.
So you take the whole Torah?
No, not the whole. I'm just.
Then
bringing
stay
it
out
up.
of my book. Stay out of my book.
Okay.
If you don't believe
Okay,
this
what
is,
about
if you don't believe
you
these
don't
are,
jump- are you-
if you don't believe these are the words of Allah, then get out of my book. Go back to your book and tell
listen,
me
I'm
and
not
tell me
saying
how
that about the
Allah
words of
didn't create
Allah.
evil. Go ahead.
Allah obviously wrote the Torah. He brought the Torah. He brought the.
So are you
Injil.
reading the words of Allah in Genesis?
They're like obviously got changed and altered, right?
Okay, then if you believe it's been changed or altered, then you don't believe these are the words of Allah anymore. So get out of my book and stick to what you think is the words of Allah.
That, though, because
I-
obviously it's
I can
from
say that because you don't have any reason to decide what is the words of Allah and what's not if it's been corrupted.
But no, in the Quran it tells us we can look back.
Central, get out of my book. Okay, go back into your book.
What about job suffering?
Go back that's my book again. Get out of my book. Go back
I'm
to the
seeing-
Quran.
Okay, but I'm explaining to you about evil.
Hey,
and you're telling
bro.
me, oh,
Hey,
do my
I
book.
don't need your interpretation of my book. According to
Okay,
your
so I'm
according to
asking
your
you now
Quran,
to-
according to your Quran, if you have doubts about anything, you come to me for me to explain
you,
something to you.
not to you,
Yes,
not to
the
you.
people of the book.
Previous scriptures.
We are the people of the book, bro. You're talking to them.
No, but it
So
has been corrupted
so understand.
by people,
So
right?
yeah, that's the claim that you make, but that brings another problem with your religion. But we're not there right now. I want to know where where in your book, not my book, in your book, where Allah gives free will. Go ahead.
Well, just exactly what I said earlier.
What?
Where Quran and okay, for example, the earlier one I said Quran when he's like anything good comes from him and anything bad comes from yourself.
No worries. But then it says that Allah creates whatever you do, and a hadith supports that. There's two hadiths that support it. Actually, there's
Sure.
more than two, but I got two that I can show you.
Yeah, but that's irrelevant though.
Oh, the hadiths are
What-
irrelevant? So what the Prophet says is irrelevant.
No, absolutely not. But I'm saying it's irrelevant to what you're saying right now.
No, it's
Like,
not.
the hadith
Do you know what
supporting it or not,
hadith?
it's irrelevant.
Do you know what hadith I'm talking about?
Which one is it? Al Bukhari or Sahih Muslim? Which one is it?
Either one. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Which one? No, I don't know. That's what I'm
Either one. Let's say both of them.
asking. Okay.
What are they?
So where does it say that?
What's the hadith? What's the context of it?
What do you mean? What's the context of it?
Do you know what hadith I'm referring to, and what the context of the hadith
No,
is?
I'm asking which one you're referring to.
Okay, so
Can you
then
tell me?
how do you know it's irrelevant if you don't even know what I'm talking about?
Because you're mixing up hadith that you don't even know if it's like listen, understanding hadith is a whole other thing.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Yes, it's so complicated, right? But you know it, huh?
Okay, bro, can I tell you?
You're
can I
you're a
ask you
sheikh.
something?
You're a sheikh that you know it, right? You understand it?
Understand what?
The hadith.
Obviously, like there's a lot of stuff you can understand. There's a lot of stuff people agree with. There's a lot of stuff that people disagree with. That's irrelevant.
What do
So
you
what
think?
you're asking
Why
me-
is it irrelevant if it's actually part of your theology?
But what's your actual question? Like, what are you asking me right now?
Here, the thing is, you're making a claim that it's irrelevant, and you don't even know what hadith I'm talking about. That's right there what I'm pointing out. I'm exposing right now that you don't even know what I'm talking about, and you're already saying it's irrelevant. How can you make that claim if you don't know what I'm talking
just
about?
saying in general what you're saying. To like,
Okay, so do you want to go to the hadith?
yes, go to it.
Sahih al-Bukhari, 3208. This is what
Okay.
Ibn Kathir is referring to in this verse. Let me know when you're there. I'll read it for you.
1 sec. Yeah, 1 second. 3208.
Yep.
All right. Okay, go read it.
I'll read it. Allah's messenger, the true and truly inspired, the matter of creation of a human being is put together in the womb of the mother in 40 days, and then he becomes a clot of thick blood for a similar period, and then a piece of flesh for a similar period. Then Allah sends an angel who is ordered to write 4 things. He is ordered to write down his deeds or his actions, his livelihood, his date of death, and whether he will be blessed or wretched in religion. Then the soul is breathed into him. So this is written down before he's created. Then, so a man amongst you may do good deeds till there is only a cubit between him and paradise. And here's the key. And then what has been written for him decides his behavior and starts doing evil deeds. Characteristics of the people of the hellfire. Now notice, it says what has been written decides. It doesn't say the human decides. It says what has been written decides. That even if a man, if it's written for him to do evil, even if a man does good throughout his life, he will eventually start to do evil because what is written decides his behavior, not the human. And this is what Ibn Kathir is referring to in chapter 37, verse 96, where it says, it is better to interpret whatever you do because, according to your prophet, Allah dictates what you do.
So do you take Ibn Kathir's theology literal? Like, do you say that's right?
According to Sunni Islam, yes, that's correct.
So you agree with him on everything he says?
According to his interpretation of Sunni Islam, yes, this would be correct. Do you have a reason not to?
No, I'm asking you. So if I bring up other stuff of Ibn Kathir, are you going to agree with it now? Because you're saying you agree with him on this, so now everything he says is correct.
According to how he interprets Islam, I would take his interpretation. Yeah, that doesn't mean I believe Islam is true. So there's a difference.
How would that mean? Like, I don't get it. If you believe in what he says, why would you take Islam to be true?
Central. You think I was born yesterday? What you're trying to do is you're trying to say, oh, do you take Ibn Kathir everything he says, and then you're going to go into a verse that goes against my theology as a Christian.
Well, no,
I'm doing an internal critique. This internal critique would mean that I would take on the paradigm of a Muslim. So if I'm taking on the paradigm of a Muslim, according to your authorities, this is how you interpret the verse. Now you're saying that this doesn't mean that. I'm okay to listen to your rebuttal to that, but give me a reason give me an authority within your belief that rebuttals this. Go ahead.
All I'm trying to tell you is that this whole thing started with you saying this, did Allah create evil?
Okay, bro.
Right?
Take it easy.
And then you're
Take
just
it easy,
deflecting this.
Take it easy. The projection is crazy. I'm the one that's deflecting? Insane. What's up?
Yeah, can you hear me? So yeah, I still took a look at it, and yeah, let me grant you this. Okay, let me grant you this. What's the conclusion for the argument?
Well, if Allah created your actions, then He is the source of evil.
Okay, so we know this backfires, right? Because in Isaiah 45:7 it says, "The Lord will create evil."
Bro, like the backfires, it doesn't backfire. It's a misinterpretation of 45:7. But this is about.
Okay.
Let me grant it to you. Let me say yes, it backfires. That means Christianity creates evil too. Okay, are you admitting this is a problem for Islam?
Well, I'm sure there's someone more knowledgeable than me that could probably give better exegesis.
Now it's
Deeper
someone's more
research.
knowledgeable than me. Notice that if you're going to say this backfires on me, you're admitting this is a problem.
Well, I'm still doing my research on it. Like I'll take it into consideration and research it, but I'm not making any conclusions yet until I do my thorough research,
Right.
which I hope you can respect. But
Well, then
you
don't try to
45:7.
deflect. Don't try to be cute and deflect. Then don't do that.
No, I just want to know like what would be your rebuttal to Isaiah 45:7?
Bro, my rebuttal is irrelevant right now. I need to know what your response is. Did Allah create evil? Yes or no?
Well, again, I mean, I said I granted you the argument until I do further research.
So you agree?
on
So then
that.
you agree that Allah is illogical?
Yeah, no, I grant you the sake of argument. I'm not agreeing it academically until I do my research.
Okay, well then do your research and come back, bro.
I want to know your stance on Isaiah.
Brother, I
45:7.
explained it like 3 times on this live, bro.
You said you agree with this?
See you later, bro. This guy tried to run to the Bible. He said, I'm gonna do my research. He comes back and runs to the Bible. Holy crap. What's up?
What's up? Based on what he was saying, I think it's a problem for Christianity.
So you think it's a problem for Islam?
No, because we have accountability. So based on our actions and what we do, we can repent and be forgiven. Whereas in Christianity, you just have to believe in Jesus.
Can you escape Allah's?
there's no
Can you escape?
accountability.
Can you escape what Allah has destined for you?
What do you mean?
If Allah destines you to do something, can you escape it?
But no one knows what our destiny is. We
Yeah,
just act.
I didn't ask whether you know or not. I said whatever Allah has destined for you, can you
No, you
escape it?
cannot.
Okay. So then, if He has destined for you to do evil, is He not the cause of that evil?
You were the cause.
How can you be the cause if you cannot escape what He has destined for you?
Because we have free will.
How can you have free will if He has destined your actions for you and you can't escape it? So if somebody comes and grapes you out of your own will and you have no choice, do you have free will at that moment?
At that moment, I can't control control someone else's actions. All I control is my own.
Right. So
And
even if you
you
don't
can't-
want it, you can't escape it, can you?
Yeah, because it's not in my control.
Correct.
That's
So
someone else doing that.
therefore, there's no free will in that situation. Would you agree?
I can only control my actions, so you're bringing a third party into it.
Exactly.
I
So
agree
if
with what you're saying,
if
but
Allah
you're bringing a third
dictates,
party.
if Allah dictates what you will do, can you escape it? Do you have a choice at that moment?
So the outcomes are what we believe are already written. But
But that's not what it says.
So look at
That's not what it
Surah
says. The
Al-Kahf,
outcomes
1829.
the outcomes are dictated by what he has written down. That's what it says that's what your prophet said.
And the Quran says, whoever wills
Oh, you
let
don't take
believe,
hadith?
and
You don't
whoever wills, let him
Oh,
disbelieve.
okay. You
So
don't
that's
believe.
all.
Oh, okay, you don't take the words of Muhammad then? You're not Sunni?
I take everything.
Okay.
So
So do you
the-
do you
the authentic
think
views
the
and the
prophet
Quran.
was incorrect?
Come again?
Do you think the prophet was incorrect?
No.
Okay. So then you can't go against what he says. He says what has been written decides his behavior, not the human.
Listen, I'm showing you what the Quran says. It's your will.
Oh, okay. So then the prophet was incorrect on his interpretations.
It wasn't incorrect. I think you're just twisting it.
How am I twisting it if I'm just reading it? I'm like, you want me to read it for you?
You're twisting it. So we have free will, but essentially, Allah will guide whom He wills as well.
Brother, you just
So if you
contradict.
decide
You
to
just
believe,
you just con-
will
Can you
help.
go away? Can you go away from who Allah, like what Allah guides? Like if He guides you to anything, can you move away from that? Can you escape it?
If you choose to disbelieve,
So you could escape His will.
so
Let me read
His
you.
will
Let me
is
read you a
essentially
hadith. Let me read
worshipable.
you. Let me read you a hadith. Okay, here. Let's read you a hadith. This is Sahih Muslim 2658a. Okay, Abu Huraira reported Allah's messenger saying, "Allah fixed the very portion of adultery which a man will indulge in. There would be no escape from it." So you can't escape it. He has decided who will commit adultery, and you can't escape it. Is that free will?
At the end of the day, your actions decide what you do. So
Is that wait? Who fixed it? Who decided who will commit adultery? Was it the humans or was it Allah? According to the Prophet.
according to that is Allah.
Thank you. So can you escape it? Can you decide against it?
You can't escape your fate.
Thank you. So the humans made no decision here, and that means they're going to indulge in adultery, and it's not their choice.
It's definitely going to happen.
Right.
But
And it's not their
we have free will
choice.
collectively
And it's not
because
and it's not
there's
their
good
choice.
and bad. Go on.
And it's not their choice.
It is your choice because you're still the one making that decision. Like,
How
I
is
decided
it
to come
how
to
you just said that Allah is the one who decides it, not the men. But now you're
Allah
saying the
knows,
men are the ones
knows.
that decide it.
Allah knows, He's all-knowing, and He already knows the end of life. He lives outside of time, meaning what's going to happen, He already knows. It's already written in that sense. But within time, which is where you and I live, we make our decisions.
Yeah. And who decided that before we existed?
Allah, He's the ultimate creator. But
Okay.
within
And
time,
then
we are the ones deciding.
According to this, Allah is the one that made a decision. And according to this, can you escape what He has destined for you?
No. But
Therefore,
listen, the
we
reason
don't have a
will-
choice. Therefore, we don't have a choice. If you can't escape it. So just like somebody who's being raped can't escape it. Here, when Allah dictates something to you, you can't escape it. It's going to happen.
Again, not having free will would basically mean that everyone only does good. Do you understand? We'd all be robotic and only doing good.
Oh, you don't think
reason we have
so?
free
That's
will
not
is
so. That's
because
not a
we have
good.
choice.
So having evil is a good thing.
Yeah, it's necessary. It's necessary. We view the earth dunya as a test.
Okay, good. So
To see
evil.
who
So
will
evil
obey
is
and
good.
who won't obey.
So evil is good.
Pardon?
So evil is good.
It's necessary.
Necessary. Good. So it's eternal.
It's necessary as a test to see who will enter heaven as you know it or
Good.
hell.
Did Allah will evil? Did he want it?
If I said he didn't want it, that would be saying his creation is imperfect.
If he didn't want it, that would mean his creation is imperfect. How does that follow?
Because Allah is perfect, meaning his creation is perfect. So everything he created in earth is going to a T, is perfect.
Oh, okay. So part of the perfection is evil?
It's necessary with the free will. Yep.
Okay. So then that means that within his will, he wanted evil, right?
Yeah, because if I were to say he didn't want it, that would mean he didn't expect it. It wasn't part of his plan.
But
Do you know what I mean?
he created it. So that means he wanted it, correct?
My question is, how would you view this from a Christian's perspective? Because
Yeah,
again,
but doesn't matter.
evil.
Doesn't matter how I view it from a Christian perspective. We're doing an internal critique on yours.
I'm genuinely curious.
Well,
because
I'm still presenting my argument because if he
you're saying my view is
wanted,
illogical, that means you must have an equally
okay, so
better and
good.
illogical view as well.
So then you believe that this is a problem, then, right?
I never said it was a problem. I just
Okay,
told
so
you
if it's
his
not
creation is perfect and free will.
problem, then there should be no reason to deflect right now. So my argument is, if he willed and created evil, then that means he wanted it, and therefore he cannot be all good if he wanted evil.
He is all good because we have free will and the opportunity to decide whether we're going to follow him
Yeah,
or not.
you're not following. Can he
That's
have any evil within his nature? Can Allah have any evil within his nature?
He's all just as we know it.
I didn't ask that. I didn't ask if he was all just. I asked, can he have any evil within his
All
nature?
just is equivalent to all good
Brother.
and not being evil.
So is that a yes or a no? Can he have evil within his nature? Yes or no?
That's not his nature, which is why anyone that is just
Is that a
follows his
yes?
will-
Okay, I'm gonna try this again. This is just a simple yes or no. It's a simple yes or no. Does Allah have any evil within his nature? Yes or no? What was it?
No.
Okay,
And
good. Good. Is his will within his nature?
is his will within his nature, of course.
Did he will evil?
He created the universe.
Did he will evil?
Evil exists, yes.
Therefore, he has evil within his nature.
No, because
This is the contradiction. He cannot be all good and then want evil.
it's necessary for us to have free will that evil exists.
Okay, bro.
Because if we didn't have free will, then everyone would just be good. We'd be robotic.
Yeah. Okay, bro. Well, thank you for showing the contradiction. He's all good, but then he desires evil.
My question to you then is,
Appreciate that. See you later. All right, guys. This is probably gonna be my last one. Yeah. Hold on one second. No, I didn't see your text. Can you give me like? I'm just. Okay, guys, do me a favor. Hit peace a follow, please. She's gonna be going live a little bit later on TikTok, and don't forget to follow her on YouTube as well. Okay, her link of her YouTube is in my comments on YouTube. What's up, bro?
Yeah, so what's up? Allah is illogical. And what's your objection to that?
Yeah, do you believe he's all good?
Yes, he's all good.
Can he have any evil within his nature?
No.
Okay. Did he create evil?
Yeah.
Okay, that means within his will, he wanted evil. Therefore, he's not all good.
Yeah, can you give a premise for that? I don't know how does that follow.
I mean,
How did you win from
you gave me the
creating
premises.
evil, and that's going to be his approval of evil? What are you doing?
Yeah. Can he create anything against his will?
No.
Okay, so if he created evil, that was within his will, right?
Yeah, he can read it. Yeah, so there's two types of will in Islam. There's
there's a will called what is it? Yeah, so irada al-khawaniya, which means that Allah will will something even if it's bad, whether it's evil or good, but that doesn't mean He's going to love it. But there's other will, there's another type of will, which is irada al-shara'iyya, which means that He's gonna will something and He's gonna love that command that He will.
Hey, free naturalist, that's exactly right. He agreed to the whole syllogism and then denied the conclusion, which is insane. Then he wanted me to show him a premise. Yeah, bro. According to Allah's will, though, can he create anything against His will?
I already answered no.
Okay, so that means He wanted evil. Therefore, there's evil within Him.
No, there's no evil within Him. We don't say that within Allah's essence there's something called evil. But when I already explained to you that Allah, there's two types of will. Irad al-khawaniya, meaning that He's going to will something, whether it's good or evil, but that doesn't mean He's going to approve that or love that act.
So he created something that He doesn't approve.
No, he created something that, meaning He created evil. Let's say a person goes and analyzes the other person. He willed it, but that doesn't mean He's going to love this act.
So he doesn't agree with something He created.
No, He willed it. If He didn't agree, He wouldn't will it. Since He willed it, doesn't mean He's going to love.
So did He agree with it? Did He agree with Himself when He created evil?
Can you repeat that again?
Did He agree with Himself when He created evil?
Yes.
Okay, so then He agreed with evil.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean He's going to love that act.
That's not the contention whether He's going to love the act or not. It's the fact that it's coming from His own will. Evil, the creation of evil is coming from His own will. It's a matter of whether He loves it or not. That's not what's.
Wait. Hold on. So Allah will for a person to analyze the other person, but He's not loving that act. It's just going to make him evil.
Yeah,
that means evil came from His will.
You can respond, man.
Like,
oh my God, this is insanity. Like, yeah, the answer, bro, she just answered it. The answer is...
No, she didn't. She waffled about something else.
Bro, no, she didn't. She's actually refuting you, bro. Go ahead, please.
I literally said evil still comes from His will. That's the whole argument, bro. Whether He loves it, the act, or not, it still comes from Him. It still comes from Him.
Yes, it still comes from Him. When He wills something,
okay, that's the argument. So there's the...
Yeah, so when let's say Allah wills something. Allah wills for a person, and a person is trying to analyze another person. And Allah wills it. That doesn't mean that Allah is the one forcing that person to do that.
Oh, that's not true.
Allah,
that's not true. You're going against your own beliefs, bro. That's not what the Prophet said.
No.
That's not what the Prophet said.
What's the difference between will? What's the difference between wills? What's the difference between wills and forces?
Yeah, so will meaning you give permission. But doesn't mean you force that.
That's not what will means.
That's what will means on my days.
That's not.
Yeah, so Bear, you said that I'm going against my beliefs. Can you prove that?
Yeah, are you Sunni?
Yes, I'm a Sunni.
Okay, so can you open up a hadith real quick?
Yes, okay.
Now, according to you, the humans decide their behavior, right? Not Allah, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if your prophet agrees with you. Go to Sahih al-Bukhari, 3208.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Right, chat. Allowing and willing are not the same.
Yeah, sir.
Something that God wills.
Well, he's gonna watch how this is gonna blow up in his face, because at the end of the day, you still have to say whether, if he is the one that dictates people's actions, did he agree with his decision for people's actions? 3208.
Right. To say he wills something but doesn't force it. So can he will something that doesn't happen?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, what about it?
Okay, I'm gonna read it. Okay, Allah's messenger, the true and truly inspired, said the matter of the creation of a human being is put together in the womb of the mother in 40 days, and then it becomes a clot of thick blood for a similar period, and then a piece of flesh for a similar period. Then Allah sent an angel who is ordered to write four things down. He is ordered to write down his deeds or his actions, his livelihood, his date of death, and whether he will be blessed or wretched in religion. Then the soul is breathed into him. So this is written down before he's created. So a man amongst you may do good deeds till there is only a cubit between him and paradise. And then here's the key. And then what has been written for him decides his behavior. So what decides his behavior? The human or what was written, according to your prophet?
Yeah, what was written, and can I respond now?
Thank you. So Allah decides it.
Here. Yeah, so now let me respond now. Yeah, so notice how it says what was written. So Allah knows in his foreknowledge what this person X would do. And he's going to write everything. Doesn't mean he's the one forcing it. And when it says that when it says that in regards to a cubit left between him and paradise or hell, and then so hold on. So and so okay, come on, days. Where is it? I'm gonna read it.
Bro, all you're saying is what this means is the human decides it, right?
Yeah, so these still.
You're saying
So
that
I say
Allah.
that there's only a cubit between him and the hellfire, and then what has been written for him decide his behavior, and he starts doing the deeds characteristic of the people of paradise. So now why this is what Ibn Qayyim said regarding this hadith. He said with regard to the fact that a man may do the deeds of the people of paradise until there's nothing between him but a cubit, then the decree overtakes him. This refers to the actions of the people of paradise as they appear to other people. But if it was righteous deeds that is acceptable to Allah, then Allah would love it and accept it and not cancel him out. Because the phrase "until there's nothing between him and cubit" does not support what we have suggested to the answer. So if the deeds
Refute, bro. You can't go on and on. Oh, no, you can't, bro. You're going on and on. You're going on and on. Let me just.
Let me summarize this for you.
Please don't. Please stop. You already went on and on. Okay. So what all you're saying is because of the foreknowledge of Allah, that's still the decision of the human. Correct? That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, if that's the decision of the human, in this hadith, is that what it says? Does it say the human decided or what was written decided? What did the prophet say?
Yeah, it says what was. So it says, there's only a cubit left between him, and what has been written for him decides his behavior.
So, was it the human that decides or what was written decides?
So, it says what was written, but this hadith is similar.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to answer now. Yeah, this hadith is similar to what we have. So, this hadith means when it says there's a cubit left between him and paradise, but what is written decides him, this refers to that this guy is acting on the outside, that he's doing all good, but on the inside he's actually evil. And then what is written
and
will decide the meaning that Allah wrote.
And who decide? Can you go against? Can a human go against whatever Allah writes down for him? Can he go against it?
And he go against it, and when Allah is writing and everything down, that's in line with the human will. This is not
exactly. So listen. So what you're saying is you're trying to add. You're trying to add. Bro, please be quiet, bro. You go on and on, bro. You need to like shorten what you're saying, bro. Like, jeez. So all you're saying is you're adding an interpretation saying that this means that this doesn't mean what it says. It means that the person decided to do it, but Allah just knew it was going to happen. But that's not what it's saying. It's not what it's saying. This is actually against what your scholars believe and against what your prophet believed. Because when it and I could show you more than two. But this hadith and then another hadith, Sahih Muslim 2658a, it says Allah's messenger was saying, Allah fixed the very portion of adultery which a man will indulge in, and there would be no escape from it. So Allah decides who is going to commit adultery and what men are going to commit adultery, and they can't escape it. That means they have no choice. There's another hadith that Allah talks to Aisha and rebukes her because she assumes a baby who died went to heaven, and he says, don't assume that, because some are meant to go to hell. So on and on. Plus Ibn Kathir brings up Sahih al-Bukhari 3208 as proof to how to properly interpret chapter 37 verse 96, which can be interpreted that Allah creates whatever you do, your actions. And then he supports the Prophet saying from 3208, saying that the Prophet says that Allah creates your actions. He dictates what you do. Therefore, you can give me whatever interpretation that sounds like you're harmonizing it, but you don't have any backup from your own theology. Your prophet and your scholars go against you.
Yeah. Yeah, so first, when I was giving the explanation, I quoted Ibn Qayyim, who is the student of Ibn Taymiyyah. That's what I was quoting. I'm not just making up interpretation. And also the hadith that you mentioned about Sahih Muslim 2:26-58, when it says Allah fixed. Do you know what's the Arabic word for fixed? It says kutibu, which means written.
Can they escape what he's written?
Oh my days.
Refute.
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 This is embarrassing, dude. Yeah.
What's embarrassing is that you're laughing like you did something. Dude, the previous hadith we were reading what was written. Can you escape what was written in the other hadith? According to that?
In the other
Can you
hadith,
escape
me
it?
explain.
Can you escape it? Can you decide against it?
It's aligned with what the person does.
Can you escape it though? Can a person decide if Allah wrote this down for you?
No,
Can you decide otherwise? That's not what it says. That's not what it says. That's not what it says. That's not. You're adding this interpretation. That's not what it says.
No, I'm not, because we have a hadith in Sahih Muslim 26:53, which says the same thing. Can I answer now, please?
Yeah, go ahead, answer it. If you can't escape it, so I want you to answer this. If you can't escape it, how can you decide against it?
Yeah, I'm gonna answer now.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so when Allah writes something, this is in line with what the person would choose from his free will.
Where does it say that?
Allah is writing.
Where does it say that? Give me something from your prophet where it says that, or in the Quran. Either way.
Yeah,
where does it say that?
Either way.
Where does it say that when Allah writes this down, this is foreknowledge? Where does it say that?
Yeah, so what do you think writing down is? It's foreknowledge. It's what it says.
It could be foreknowledge. It could be foreknowledge. Hold on, bro. Bro, you going on and on is not going to happen here. You need to. It could mean foreknowledge, or it could mean He decided for you. Now, so far we read where you can't escape it, and it decides your behavior. So that supports that it's deciding for you. Give me something that says that writing it down is just foreknowledge. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you already agreed that it could either be foreknowledge or that He fixed it.
Or it could mean He decided. Don't misrepresent me. I said it could mean both. But according to these hadiths and according to the Quran verse that I mentioned, it supports my interpretation that He decides what you're going to do. Now, show me something that supports your interpretation from the Prophet or the Quran.
Yes, I'm going to give you the hadith that you brought, Sahih Muslim.
Oh my God,
Bukhari 3208. I'm going to give you the same hadith.
It literally says it's what's written decides, not the human.
Yeah, I'm gonna address what he means by that specific praise when it says so.
Refute. So stop. You're not understanding what I'm asking for. You're not understanding it. I'm asking for something. I gave you something explicit that says what is written decides his behavior. You're saying it doesn't mean that. Okay, fine. It doesn't mean that. Give me another either hadith something from your prophet, or in the Quran that refutes my interpretation of that.
Wait, hold on. So you said you gave me a hadith that says that what is written is deciding the behavior.
No,
And
I said no. That's not what I asked for. Bro, that supports my case. I'm asking for a
that's what you
hadith.
said. I'm saying that.
Refute. You're
That's
not.
what you say.
Refute.
Do they have a
Please stop talking. This is why you don't understand. You're
Can I-
talking when
can
I'm
I-
talking.
Can I help you?
Please, go ahead.
reiterate what you asked it like 10 times already. Like, refute. You should change your name because you're not refuting anything. First of all, you're not bringing any argument. All you're saying is nuh-uh. It could mean something else, even though I don't have any evidence that backs that up, that shows that. Nothing. So that's what he's asking for. You could say nuh-uh all you want and say it could mean there's a 0.000.1% chance that it could mean something else. And then he's like, okay, so give me something that backs that up, a hadith, a verse, whatever, that supports that it means something else. That's it. Or else you can just continue to not refute somewhere else.
Yeah, okay, great. So if he lets me speak and not interrupt me, then he's gonna know what I'm actually trying to say. So he said that I brought this hadith. These are the hadiths that he brought, and he says these hadiths says that whatever Allah wrote is going to is not going to let the human decide. It's going to already decided by what Allah already wrote. And I'm telling him to prove that because I'm going to actually refute him from the hadith that
So you're not answering it. You're not answering the question.
No. Now you're running. No. You're trying to run to another argument.
He's burden shifting.
No. You're trying to run to. No. You're using something that he's using to show you that this defends his argument. This backs up his argument. But you want to say, okay, now let's go fight about that over there. Fight about that over there after you bring evidence that supports your view, that it can mean something else. Then when you bring something that supports your view, then you can say, then you can go and try to refute the next whatever he wants to bring up, the next verse, the next hadith, the next whatever. Then refute that. But he's asking you a question first. He's using that to support his argument. He's asking you, what are you bringing to support your argument? And then you can go and refute whatever he's bringing. And then he can refute what you're bringing. It's a debate. That's how it works. You're not bringing anything. So say, hey, look, right here it says that this could mean something else. That this means Allah didn't create evil. Look at this verse.
Here's the thing too. Like the funny thing is that there's somebody in the comments saying I'm the one that's burden shifting. No, I'm not. I gave my interpretation of the verse. It first goes to 3796. The interpretation is Allah creates your actions. Ibn Kathir actually supports that interpretation. He brings a hadith, which is Sahih al-Bukhari 3208, which says that what was written decides your actions. Then I brought another hadith where Allah says he decided people who would commit adultery and they can't escape it. I'm the one bringing evidence of my interpretation from multiple sources, and I'm asking, he's saying, no, it doesn't mean that. So I'm asking, can you bring something from a hadith or the Quran that supports his interpretation? And he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to do it. But go ahead, bro. What do you got?
Yeah, let me speak. So, notice you brought these hadiths to make the claim that they support your interpretation, but I'm telling you they're not supporting your interpretation. I'm trying to refute it. So
you're repeating your claim. Go ahead, bring the evidence.
This is what you're doing.
Refute. I'm not going to let you go on and on. You're just repeating your claim. I understand you're saying it doesn't mean that. So go ahead and bring the evidence that supports your case. If the next thing that you say doesn't bring evidence, then we're done. Go ahead, bring evidence.
Yeah, can you clarify what you mean by evidence?
Okay, see you later, bro. Now he doesn't know what evidence means. Now he doesn't know what evidence means, guys. Now, oh my gosh, bro. Now he doesn't know what freaking evidence means. This whole time we're talking about evidence, and now he wants to know the definition of evidence. Get the hell out of here, bro. Go sit down. You don't have the evidence. That's why you wanted to find it. That's why you want to be a sophist now. Get the hell out of here, bro. All right, guys. Episode's over. Thank you guys for being here. Guys, thank you so much for letting me hit the daily super chat goal, which was $20. We exceeded it like 3 times the amount, I think. So thank you guys so much for the super chat goal. Everybody that supported, shout out to all of you guys. everybody here on TikTok, go hit Peace a follow. There are people on YouTube, Peace, that are requesting for you to stream live on YouTube as well, not just on TikTok. So that will be coming very soon, guys. Just be patient with her. Go ahead and subscribe to her channel. But for right now, she is streaming on TikTok. But eventually, she will be streaming on both eventually. Okay. But go ahead and enjoy her lives on TikTok for now. Everybody hit a follow. There's a plus sign next to her name. Go ahead and hit that follow button.
Yes,
Okay.
guys, the more you support us, the faster I can get to my baby. And I'll use all his equipment and I'll go live. I'll go live. Sorry, there was a lie. But I'll go live and I'll be able to stream on YouTube. So that'll be fun.
Yep, exactly. And guys, I'm going to keep doing the daily super chat goal. That obviously helps grow the channel. That obviously helps us continue doing what we're doing so that we can get together and then we can start doing this stuff together. So thank you guys for all the support. Everything that gets donated, whether it's on PayPal, whether it's the TikTok coins, whether it's the super chats, and then obviously the monetization of YouTube, is going right back to being able to do this on a full-time basis, to start doing more content and bringing more stuff out for you. We got plans, big plans ahead as far as content that we're going to do and what kind of things that we're going to do. We just need to keep growing so we can get there. Okay. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. I love this topic. This topic is good.
Yeah, give it a week or two, and you're gonna see the other guys now trying to bring arguments against.
Yeah, I know they're gonna start responding
and just redefine what evil is and create is and will is and all the things.
Yeah, sophistry at its finest. But okay, guys. Well, I got a busy work day ahead, and I got to find time to drop a video today, which I don't know if I will. I'm gonna try my best. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I want to try to drop a video today, guys. When I do drop it today, don't forget to go show some love to it, okay? And help support. Watch it all the way through. Helps with the algorithm. Make sure you like. Make sure you comment. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Okay. Definitely helps out with everything. But thank you guys once again. YouTube. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. God bless you guys. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, now and forever, to the ages of ages. Amen. Have a great day. YouTube, I love you guys. Thank you guys for all of the support that you guys have been giving me. Thank you for everything that's going on and the growth in the channel. All 44 of you that are here, I'm so grateful for you guys. Thank you. I'm so honored. I'm so humbled. And thank you again. I really, really appreciate it. So we'll be back tomorrow. All right. Streaming again in the morning. Best Morning Live on YouTube. All right, guys. Love you guys.